Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Welcome, family, friends, Arlington Memorial staff, guest speaker Dave Curtis, Arlington School Board Chair Todd Wilkins, Superintendent William Basic, and the class of 2020. Welcome to all of those who are joining us virtually. And although you are not physically here with us, we appreciate your support of our incredible school community and our 26 graduates. What a beautiful day to celebrate the finale of one small part of your life and the start of another. Commencement's defined as a new beginning, although I think most of you would like a new beginning to this school year. It's important to embrace every part of which has led you to this point in your journey. We acknowledge that you have missed out on some important last events such as spring sports, prom, the speaking contest, the end of the year field day and picnic, and that last trip to your locker. We also know that you have gained some important life skills. You have recognized how flexible you can be in just a moment's notice. You've become more compassionate and confident. You've developed a greater understanding of the importance of being with family, keeping others safe, and the power of a community coming together. Although difficult and sometimes disappointing, these last 14 weeks have greatly prepared you for the next phase of your journey. Congratulations to the families of our graduates who have supported your sons and daughters through the years in all of their academic and extracurricular endeavors. To our amazing staff, thank you for committing to our learners, for teaching, coaching, guiding, and leading with such great passion, respect, and professionalism. I appreciate the patience and understanding of our community, now more than ever. These past few months, as we embarked on an unprecedented journey in the world of education, you have supported our school community in extraordinary ways. I'm humbled and honored to lead at Arlington Memorial, and it is with great pride I welcome all of you to the 2020 commencement exercises. Dave Curtis came out of retirement twice to teach biology part-time at Arlington. Mr. Curtis was born and raised in Cape Ann, Mass. He was the first in his family to attend college. Dave began teaching in 1976 at Rockport High School, where he also coached soccer and basketball. He taught 12 more years in Massachusetts and continued to coach cross country, basketball, and track. In 1987, he coached the Massachusetts State Champion cross country team and was named the Boston Globe Coach of the Year. Mr. Curtis is completing his 30th and a half year teaching in Southern Vermont. And in those years, he continued to be a leader in science education, coached cross-country, track, and basketball, yielding 4 Vermont state championships. I met Dave 20 years ago. He was the loud, excited science teacher 2 rooms down the hall who was blowing things up, cutting things up, bringing lighthearted humor and a passion for life to his colleagues, inspiring a love for science, and believing in every single student who sat in his classroom. I'm so glad some things never change, and Arlington students and staff have been fortunate enough to be in the presence of this amazing teacher and dynamic human. It is my honor to introduce my friend and our biology teacher, Mr. Dave Curtis.
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank the graduates for giving me this honor. It means a great deal to me. I really appreciate this. When I was first officially approached about doing this, I told them, this is a really bad idea. Over my 43 years in education, I've had the opportunity to do a couple of these with mixed results. About 25 years ago was one of my earlier talks at a graduation. No one remembers I was there. And that's because later in the ceremony, a young lady got up, keeping her cap on, removed her gown, and had nothing on underneath. That's what they remember of that graduation. The last time I spoke, I actually started singing. That may have been worse. So if you guys stay clothed, I promise not to sing. Well, class of 2020, you picked a great year to graduate. Are you kidding me? Pandemic? That would have been enough. Recession? That would have been enough. Civil unrest? That would have been enough. Oh no, you got all three. Unbelievable. I graduated 50 years ago. It was shortly after the shootings at Kent State University where 4 students were killed. And I remember sitting at my graduation. First of all, my mother, I was the first person, as Mrs. Merrill said, first person in my family to ever go to college. She was certain I was going to go and get shot. And I remember sitting there just thinking, my country has gone crazy. And I'm sure that some of you have had that thought over the last 10 or 12 weeks. Well, the pandemic isn't going to be here forever, and we're going to come back. And you guys are going to be a big part of that. So here we are today. We're here to celebrate your passing into adulthood. That's what this means. And we're trying to make things as normal as possible. I'm so glad that they have this ceremony here. I think it's wonderful rather than to have absolutely nothing. So it's my job to try to give you some sort of words about, what's going to happen and how you should lead your life. Well, here goes. It seems to me that every generation has its challenges, its mission. Never are these missions completely carried out, but improvements are made. My great-grandparents were involved in the Civil War and Reconstruction. My grandfather, he was around during Teddy Roosevelt and when we bully and carried a big stick. And he ushered America into a world-leading position. My father fought worldwide fascism. My generation, we tried to level the playing field for women and minorities. And if you think back, none of those generations really got the whole job done. We have to maintain our strength every single year to be a world power. There's still fascism. And as you can see, for the last month, 3 weeks to a month, we didn't quite get the civil rights thing completely done. So there's lots of little tidbits that you guys have to pick up on. But you will have your own mission. I don't know what it is. The times will decide, and that will define your generation. I've never been one to say, those kids these days. I have great faith in kids these days. To be honest with you, I don't see a ton of difference in my 43 years. Okay, times change. Cell phones are a little tough. But you know what? If my generation had cell phones, if my father's generation had cell phones, we would have been equally obnoxious. So you are going to have as a group a challenge. But what about you? What about your life? Your path is more than just a mission of your generation. You have a life to live, dreams, and personal contributions that you want to make. When I was about 8 or 9 years old, I remember our president at that time was John F. Kennedy, and he got up and he spoke one day and he said, he said pretty much these exact words. We choose to go to the moon and do the other things, not because it is easy, but because it is hard. And that was the first time I actually understood that hard is good. And hard is good. And I think in order for you to live a fulfilled life, I don't know where I'm doing. I think in order for you to live a fulfilled life, I think you have to do a couple of things. Number one, you have to find something to love. You got to really find something that you really love to do. And if you do, and if you're lucky enough to make a living at it, it'll be like you never worked. It's really, really important. And one of the things that I think is also important is that you do the best that you can at that. Your life's work it's not a simple choice. It's not something you kind of walk into. It's something that you have to dedicate yourself to. Your life's work is hard to do. It has to be hewn. It has to be worked on. Become great at something. Write great stories. Sing great songs. I promise I won't. Build beautiful cabinets. If you're going to be a roofer or a painter, work on church steeples. Work hard. Do well. Second, not only do you have to find something to love, you have to find people to love. You have to surround yourself with people who are going to let you reach those goals, and you need to be that for them. And lastly, connected, maybe most important, make the life of somebody else a little bit better. Dedicate yourself to some sort of service. Do good. Graduates of 2020, congratulations. Be strong, be good, and be kind. Thank you.
Thank you, Dave. And now for our salutatorian address, Carolyn Crawford.
Good afternoon, everyone. To start off, I would like each of you sitting before me to make a mental note. I have absolutely no sense of direction. No, seriously, I have no sense of direction. You see, I find my way around by remembering to turn by the big white house that sits on the corner. But yet, even though I don't have any sense of direction, I have always found my way. This leads me to why having no sense of direction is important for you to note. Today, standing before you all and representing the class of 2020 as your salutatorian, I can say that I have found my way not to a set destination, but rather to my future. Arlington is a community built upon integrity, respect, and most importantly, kindness. And I would not have found my way without the love, support, guidance, and connections that have grown over the years. You see, it's almost like a puzzle finally being completed. All of the pieces are different shapes, sizes, colors. Some are even vertically challenged, if I dare say so myself. And this puzzle was not easy to complete. It took many years because it changed to accommodate new pieces. But eventually, all of the pieces have found their places. Every piece is supported and connected to the piece beside it. And though some of these connections have been broken or rearranged, everyone is still connected to someone. I know that if a challenge was presented that I could not complete alone, I could call on each and every one of my classmates for support and guidance, and they would welcome the challenge. This is the beauty of both my class and of Arlington: integrity, respect, and kindness. Today, I am proud to say that the puzzle has been completed with the final picture, the class of 2020. We have all found our places and are ready to open a new chapter. So the puzzle may have to be disassembled, but though apart, no one will leave here today without a connection to another person. And the truth is, life does not move in one set direction. It is constantly changing and has many unexpected twists and turns that many of us have seen these past few months with the coronavirus and the protests. But when you find yourself becoming lost in all the chaos, you can always call on someone to help guide you towards your future. Part of the beauty of having no sense of direction is that help is readily available if you ask for it. It does not hinder your abilities unless you allow it to. So one day, we will pull out the puzzle again and reassemble it, because we are friends, we are family, we are built on integrity, respect, and kindness. We are the proud class of 2020, the proud representatives for Arlington, and we give our personal gratitude to all of our community members who have helped us make it to this day. So here's to the past, the present, and our future forever connected to each other and to Arlington, the class of 2020. Thank you.
And now for our valedictorian address, Ariana Barrios.
Good afternoon. I'd like to start out by thanking everyone who made this event possible. With all that's happening in the world, being able to have a graduation ceremony is an enormous blessing, and I'm overflowing with gratitude for everyone who assisted in making this happen for us. Thank you. I'd also like to thank the teachers and staff for supporting us, taking care of us, for dealing with our antics, and for providing us with a safe place, a home away from home, for the past 4 years. Thank you. I'd like to thank our parents and guardians for taking care of us. Thank you for raising us and getting us to where we are today. We wouldn't be here without any of you. Thank you. If you had told me 2 years ago that a global pandemic would have cut our senior year short and made our graduation ceremony nearly impossible, that we would be confined to our houses, that everybody would wear masks, and that our world would be basically shut down, I would have told you to stop watching so many sci-fi horror movies and get a life. Well, look at me now. Netflix has been my best friend the past couple of months, and social interactions give me the heebie-jeebies. Oh, how the turns have tabled. At the beginning of this school year, I promised myself that I wouldn't cry or be overly emotional about graduating. I was going to be strong and hold my head high. That lasted about 2 months, when it was time to start asking my teachers to write letters of recommendation for me. That's when it finally hit me that my time here as a student at AMHS was coming to an end. And this really bothered me. I worried. I panicked. I put off the dreaded deed for as long as I could. As a side note, I was so panicked that I sort of lied to the teachers about the deadline for the recommendation letters. Sorry about that. Anyways, when it became clear that I could wait no longer, I worked up the courage to walk up to Hooper and ask him if he would be willing to write a letter for me. He said yes. I thanked him and turned tail and ran into Mr. Cross's empty room and started bawling my eyes out. This was the beginning of the end. Lila, unwittingly my savior, walked into the room to get ready for our calculus test. She saw my distress and immediately told me that it was okay and that I would do great on the test. Through my blubbering, I told Lila why I was actually crying. That I wasn't ready to move on, and I didn't want to leave. Sweet Lila gave me a hug and told me that she felt the same way, that everybody feels that way at least once. The first of my mental breakdowns came to a close, with many more breakdowns to follow. Sometimes mine, sometimes yours. But we were always there for each other, and for that, I will always be appreciative. Eventually, I stopped crying so much. When I heard that school was closing temporarily, I wasn't too worried. I didn't think the state of the world was as serious as it really is. Then, when I found out school was canceled for the rest of the year, I was heartbroken. And I know I'm not the only one. The last part of the year is always the most fun. As the weather gets warmer and spring sports start up, the hallways always seem so much brighter and full of life. We were supposed to go on a trip together. We were supposed to be having the time of our lives. Those fun times and memories have been stolen away from us, and for that, I'm truly sorry. That being said, no one can take away from us the time that we did have together. The last 4 years, well, more like 3.5, that we've spent together have been crazy and overwhelming, full of laughter and friendship. Together, we built a tight-knit community. Together, we rode this roller coaster of our teenage years. We shared wiggle worms and sang about waffles. Sure, it was challenging at times, but I wouldn't trade any of it. The fun we had playing in the art room, the cringe-worthy improv with Mr. Woodman, the study hall food runs, the dance battles between Sonia and Will, the math homework I did with Haley, the time in biology when Lila confused the esophagus with the fallopian tubes. The times I sat with my friends during study hall and laughed so hard that tears came out of my eyes. None of these memories could ever be replaced. My time at this school with all of you has been unforgettable. Looking back feels bittersweet. Our time together was definitely not long enough, but I'm thankful for every minute. I wish each and every one of you the best of luck wherever you decide to go next. I hope you find happiness and prosperity in the years to come. Wherever life takes you, put everything you have into what you do. Be passionate, be driven, be kind, and be yourself. You are all amazing. The fact that you are here today, in spite of everything going on in our world, proves that. We are incredible. We are together. We are Arlington strong. The end.
Thank you, Ari Bari. So we are moving on to the awards part of the ceremony. And you do not have an awards insert in your program. And that's because we usually do the awards night prior to, and students are aware of what awards they get. So after the ceremony, we do have the inserts. Mrs. Jennings, Kendall, over there, has inserts, a pack of inserts for every pod, so that you can keep those for scrapbooks or keepsakes. So we will be announcing awards, both awards and scholarships. So when I announce them, if you could stand, and we will clap for each award. So if there's multiple award recipients, we'll wait till everybody's named and then we'll clap once, okay? We'll give it a try. So this year's Class of 2020 Valedictorian, Ariana Barrios. Class of 2020 Salutatorian, Carolyn Crawford. Honors Awards, Ariana Barrios, Carolyn Crawford, Mackenzie Poligo, and Colby Wilkins. The VSAC Vermont Honor Scholarship, Ariana Barrios. UVM Green and Gold Scholarship, Ariana Barrios. The Eagle Chapter of the National Honor Society, Ariana Barrios, Walter Berger, Carolyn Crawford, Holly Hill McDermott, Mackenzie Poligo, Lila Ward, and Colby Wilkins. The National Technical Honor Society, Sonia Snow. And now Department Awards. For the AMHS Excellence in Fine Art, Kaylee Millette and Grace Catrick. AMHS Achievement in Fine Art, Jaden Cross. AMHS Excellence in English, Carolyn Crawford and Lila Ward. AMHS Outstanding Effort in English, Grace Catrick and Colby Wilkins. So these are all AMHS awards, so I'm going to drop that and just do the excellence. Excellence in Room 129 Productions, Matthew Ritchie. Excellence in AP Calculus, Ariana Barrios. Excellence in AP Statistics, Ariana Barrios. Effort in Foundations of Math, Antonio Varin. Effort in Algebra 2, Kaylee Millette. AP Chemistry All-Star, Ariana Barrios. The History Department Award, Ariana Barrios. Effort and Interest in U.S. History, Joey Price. Effort and Interest in Spanish 4-5, Grace Catrick. Standout in Physical Education, Sonia Snow. The Community Service Recognition of over 100 hours, Carolyn Crawford, Haley Madison, and Lila Ward. The Society of Women Engineers Certificate of Merit. Highest honor goes to Ariana Barrios, high honor to Lila Ward, and honor to Haley Madison. The Weston Young Playwright Finalist, Ariana Barrios. Poetry Out Loud School Champion and Vermont State Alternate, Ariana Barrios. AP Scholars, Ariana Barrios and Walter Berger. The Faculty Award goes to Ariana Barrios. The Balfour Award, Ariana Barrios. The Ruth Zimmer Award, Colby Wilkins. The William Budd Town Scholarship, Lila Ward. Dorothy Canfield Fisher Alumni Award, Antonio Varin and Jaden Cross. Carolyn Zambrello Memorial Scholarship, Ariana Barrios. The Mary Webb Masto Scholarship, Holly Hill McDermott. American Legion Post 69 Auxiliary, Ariana Barrios, Carolyn Crawford, Matthew Ritchie, and Lila Ward. American Legion Post 69, Matthew Ritchie and Lila Ward. Sons of the American Legion Post 69, Carolyn Crawford and Matthew Ritchie. The Red Mountain Lodge Scholarship, Matthew Ritchie. Mack Molding Company Scholarship, Ariana Barrios. Miles Lumber Company Scholarship, Ariana Barrios and Morgan Jennings. The John R. Wilson Trust Scholarship, Holly Hill McDermott and Grace Catrick. VFW Post 6471, Philip Kelleher and John West, Ariana Barrios, Carolyn Crawford, and Joshua Rogers. The Arlington Nursing Service Memorial Scholarship, Carolyn Crawford. Arlington Rescue Squad John Hannon Memorial, Matthew Ritchie. Roberta Hausman Memorial Scholarship, Carolyn Crawford, Haley Madison, Matthew Ritchie, and Lila Ward. The Scott Thomas Memorial Scholarship, Carolyn Crawford, Morgan Jennings, Haley Madison, and Joshua Rogers. Federated Church of East Arlington, Bentley Family Scholarship, Ariana Barrios, Walter Berger, Carolyn Crawford, Holly Hill McDermott, Haley Madison, and Matthew Ritchie. The Elks Most Valuable Student Scholarship, Morgan Jennings. The Elks William J. Bryan Scholarship, Carolyn Crawford. Arlington Fire Department Auxiliary, Ariana Barrios. Arlington Garden Club, Matthew Ritchie. Arlington Lions Club, Academic, Ariana Barrios. Arts, Jaden Cross. Trades, Joshua Rogers. Resourceful Recycling Scholarship, Holly Hill McDermott. Delta Kappa Gamma Scholarship, Morgan Jennings. Knights of Columbus, Ed Saucy Memorial Scholarship, Carolyn Crawford. Fraternal Order of the Eagles, Carolyn Crawford. Fraternal Order of the Eagles Auxiliary, Lila Ward. Battenkill Grange Scholarship, Matthew Ritchie. Manchester Rotary Award for Excellence, Carolyn Crawford. North Shaft Lions, Joshua Rogers. The Mahana Magic Foundation Scholarship, Lila Ward. Prospect Rehabilitation Scholarship, Carolyn Crawford. Comcast Leaders and Achievers Scholarship, Carolyn Crawford. United States Marine Corps Scholarship Excellence Award, Colby Wilkins. U.S. Marine Corps Distinguished Athlete Award, Lila Ward and Colby Wilkins. The Joe Corey Memorial Scholarship, Matthew Ritchie and Lila Ward. The John Werner Scholarship, Morgan Jennings and Haley Madison. The Buckhard Scholar Athlete Award, Lila Ward. Bob Keene's Sportsmanship Award, Sean Grover. VPA Award of Excellence, Morgan Jennings, Lila Ward, and Colby Wilkins. National Federation of High School Sports Award of Excellence, Colby Wilkins. Outstanding Senior Athletes, Lila Ward and Colby Wilkins. Receiving their varsity pin and bar in basketball, Sean Grover, Morgan Jennings, William Moore, Joey Price, Matthew Ritchie, Colby Wilkins. Varsity letter in golf, Gabe Vladica. Varsity pin or bar in golf, Jaden Cross, Nicholas Group, Holly Hill McDermott. And varsity pin or bar in soccer, Morgan Jennings, Haley Madison, Kaylee Millette, Matthew Ritchie, Josh Rogers, Lila Ward, and Colby Wilkins. All right, for the diploma ceremony. So if graduates would be masked to come up and get your diploma once your graduation bag. So your graduation bag has all your awards in it as well. So once handed to you, if you'll just walk a couple of steps over there, take your mask off, you can throw it in your bag, and then Mr. Baker's going to take pictures, okay? All right.
Ariana Celia Barrios. Sucks to be first. Walter Hale Berger. Casey Daniel Bowen. Carolyn G. Crawford. Jaden Emery Cross. Sean Grover. Nicholas L. Group. Holly Victoria Hill McDermott. Morgan Marie Jennings. Grace M. Catrick. Thorin Joshua Matthew. Haley Madison. Kaylee Ray Millette. William D. Moore. Kyle A. Nickamore. Mackenzie Cheyenne Paligo. Joey Price. Dakota B. Remington. Matthew Todd Ritchie. Joshua M. Rogers. Sonia Becca Snow. Antonio A. Barron. Gabriel David Wadika. Lila Marie Ward. Austin Weller. Colby Scott Wilkins. The class of 2020, please stand. You now may take your tassel and move it to the other side of your cap. By the powers vested in me by the Board of Directors of the Arlington School District, I certify that these students of the class of 2020 have met all the graduation requirements set forth by the state of Vermont and the Arlington Board of Education. Congratulations, class of 2020.